All right, let's dive right into this. Today's topic is a real mind-bender. Is India secretly attempting to colonize Canada? Sounds crazy, right? But let's break it down. First off, there's been a massive influx of Indian immigrants to Canada over the past decade. On Saturday, February 17th, 2018, when Canadian Prime Minister with his family arrived in India for a week-long visit to discuss business and trade, it became evident that India's presence in Canada is much more than mere numbers. Though Canada is home to immigrant communities from all around the world, Indo-Canadians are one of the fastest-growing communities in Canada. According to Statistics Canada, this makes them the second-largest non-European ethnic group in the country after Chinese Canadians. Toronto has the largest Indo-Canadian population in Canada. Almost 51% of the entire Indo-Canadian community resides in the Greater Toronto area, 20% in the Greater Vancouver area, followed by growing communities in Alberta and Quebec. Most Indo-Canadians in the Toronto area live in Brampton, Mississauga, Markham, Scarborough, and Etobicoke. Now, immigration isn't new, but the numbers are staggering. In 2020 alone, over 85,000 Indians made Canada their new home. That's a 20% increase from previous years. Scores of foreign students choose to study in Canada, especially in Ontario, as well as British Columbia, because of their internationally renowned education, better job opportunities, and the higher standard of living. In 2016, India topped the list with 33% of students pursuing education in Canada, followed by China with 26%. A report from the University of Toronto states that in 2017, Canadian colleges and universities admitted 100,000 students from India. Indo-Canadian students are well represented in Toronto area universities. Students of Indian origin make up over 35% of Ryerson University, 30% of York University, and 20% of the University of Toronto student bodies, respectively. Could there be more to it than just seeking better opportunities? Now, consider this. 8 Indo-Canadians were elected to the 87-member Assembly of Canada's British Columbia province. There were 27 Indian origin candidates in the fray in the elections held on Saturday. All 8 winners belong to the ruling New Democratic Party, which secured an absolute majority with 55 seats in the 87-member House. 3 of the Indo-Canadian winners are women. Noted human rights lawyer Aman Singh created history by becoming the first turbaned Sikh MLA in British Columbia, even though the province was the first to elect a Punjabi, Mo Sihoda, as an MLA in 1986 and a Sikh, Ujjal Dosanjh, as premier in 2001. Singh caused a major upset by beating former journalist Jas Johal of the opposition Liberal Party in Richmond, Queensborough. India has a booming tech industry, and Canada is known for its welcoming immigration policies and multicultural society. Could this be a strategic move? Think about it. By establishing a strong presence in Canada, India could be positioning itself as a major player on the global stage. And then there's the trade agreements. Canada and India have been strengthening their economic ties. More trade means more influence. More influence means more power. It's a classic chess move. Lately, India and Canada have been feuding. Canada claims that India has sent hitmen to Canada to assassinate enemies of the Indian state who have fled to Canada. India, in turn, claims that the Canadian government is protecting and harboring enemies of the Indian state. It would appear that India's strategy is to flood Canada with Indian citizens who have managed to infiltrate every level of government and society in the land. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Some believe that this influx is part of a larger, covert operation. There are whispers of a secret government plan, codenamed Project Maple. Allegedly, this project aims to create a significant Indian diaspora in Canada. The goal? To gain political and economic leverage. But wait, it doesn't stop there. There are reports of Indian-owned companies buying up Canadian land and businesses, a subtle but effective way to gain control over key industries. Is this just good business sense, or is there a hidden agenda? Of course, these are just theories, but when you connect the dots, it paints a fascinating picture. Could it be that what seems like random events are actually part of a grand scheme? A plan to slowly but surely establish a new power dynamic? So is India really trying to colonize Canada? The truth is, we might never know for sure, but one thing's certain, the world is full of surprises, and sometimes the most unbelievable stories might just hold a kernel of truth. Stay curious, question everything, and keep your mind open. Until next time, keep digging. The truth is out there.